Good evening, wherever you are.
I'm Ariel.
I'm Shya.
Welcome to being here.
You know, it's funny.
What?
I realize I've been leading seminars for a half a century.
That's so cool.
It is. It is. And I still don't know I still don't think I know what I'm doing.
Well, that's why it's off with your head. You don't need to think. You just need to be.
There you go.
That thinking person's guide to transformation. You just set that thinker aside and discover what's here.
Well, you know, I think you've always been brilliant and you just don't know it.
He's not talking to me. He's talking to everyone, just in case.
Just in case you don't realize it. I think you're all brilliant and you don't know it. You just don't realize that you've always been an amazing being. Problem is, you got lost thinking. You got lost listening to your thoughts as if they are true and real and mean something.
And those thoughts include a whole host of judgments about you, about your life, about the people you're around, about everything. So
It's funny, I went down to the river early this morning because there's a trout club breakfast down there, and I went to pick up my trout club membership booklet, which I get each year. And the gentlemen that were down there, well, they hold me in some kind of awe because at my age, I am as active and engaged in my life as I am. And yet they ask me, well, are you considering retiring? Why would I want to do something like that? Why not just live my life? You know, I said, I can't stay long. I got to go to work. And they say, oh, work. No, I said, I like what I do. You know, I like that I can, without doing anything, impact people's lives in a way that they find themselves to be more than they thought they were.
I know this is kind of taking a side turn, but as you say that, I realize that if you think work is bad, that thought process will transfer once you retire. You'll think this moment is bad, this day is bad, you're not doing it well enough, it's all a burden.
That's right.
I love that you don't have an interest in retiring. We are definitely taking care of ourselves. We have an interest in our well-being, not working past our energy levels, but being with people and being here is this incredible gift. But it requires tuning in with your senses. And in this case, listening to hear what's said, just to hear what's being said. You don't have to do anything extra with it.
You know, if you just discovered how to truly listen, your life would transform in a moment. It doesn't take much. What it takes is getting into the current moment. And if you, excuse me, if you truly listen, you'll be pulled into the current moment of your life. Gently, naturally, easily. No work involved. But you see, you've got this incredible thinking machine called your mind, and you listen to it as though it's you, and it comments on everything. So it never really listens. It listens with an agenda to get somewhere. It listens to prove itself right. It listens to prove that it's better than everybody else. Have you noticed that? Or is it just my mind that's that way?
No, I think all our minds are competitive.
Oh, yeah, that's why we survive.
You know, I'm going to take a left turn here.
Why don't you take a right turn?
Okay, I'll take a right turn because then I can lean into you. I don't believe we have spoken about this yet on the podcast, although we have recently released a blog about this. In case you haven't heard, I have breast cancer. And I
We
am,
announce it to the world.
and by the time this airs, I will have had my surgery, and I likely will be starting radiation. Uh, things so far are going well. I expect them to go well. I spoke with a friend yesterday who has a different type of cancer, and she's gone through lots of different things, including chemo and radiation and whatnot. And it was interesting hearing her talk about her experience, because as she spoke, I really didn't want to hear the parts that were inconvenient to my not just survival, but comfort. So I run backward in time. What could I have done differently? I want to run forward in time to how it's going to be, or I can practice being here. And it was so interesting to actually notice my resistance.
Mhm.
3 principles. First principle, anything you resist.
Dominates your life.
Second, you can only be exactly as you are.
Third, if you see it and allow it to be exactly as it is, it completes itself.
So what was interesting was to hear her perspective on everything from diet to her experience over time. And I realized that new possibilities opened up for me without me having to do anything.
I have a question. How long ago did this person have these treatments?
They're still ongoing.
Oh.
She's got a different kind of cancer. She's really,
Oh,
really
this
sick.
is a person in Canada.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yes.
So just hats off to everyone here. And I just wanted to include the whole listening family. And if you want to know more about my journey and the love of my life, Shya, you can go to transformationmadeeasy.com and follow our blogs. Let's take our first guest. Now that I've dropped that.
I like the part of love of your life.
You are.
That was good.
Hey, Dorina. Oh, no, we got Marin first. Sorry. Hi, Marin.
Hi.
I almost
Hi
skipped
there.
over you. Hi.
Hi.
Hi there. Thank you for having me. Good to see you.
Thanks
Good to see you
for
too.
being with you. We got to speak with your amazing son last week. So
Thank you. Yeah.
thank you for giving us that gift.
Thank you.
What can we do
Yeah.
for you, Marin?
Well, let me just say I've been very touched what you've just been saying
Mm.
about breast cancer and announcing your blog. And when you said the love of my life, Shya, now the listeners obviously can't see that, but Shya looked kind of surprised. And I was thinking, why would he be surprised? Doesn't he know after all these years that he is indeed the love of your
I
life?
love what you just said, because I guarantee you, if the father of your son told you he loved you, you would be kind of surprised.
Mm.
And if we said, "Oh, Marin, we love you," you
You'd
would
be
surprised.
kind of surprised.
Because
Yeah.
you have your thoughts.
And that's why off with your head, you see, your thoughts hold you as somehow less than magnificent.
Mm.
And I just want you to know, Marin, this is not a Marin shortcoming. That's part and parcel. It's part of the job of the thought processes, is to pick up on anything it perceives as a potential failure, flaw, shortcoming, so that you can hopefully overcome it and survive in the future. But that doesn't mean you have to listen to it. It goes on overdrive.
It's funny you say that, because before my son was on the podcast, it was his first time. He said he was really nervous. And here I went saying, oh, but something will come along, and just listen to the Kane's introduction and you can't do it wrong. And here I am today. I'm really nervous. I noticed an hour or so before the podcast how nervous I was. I was thinking like, oh, something could go wrong, or
You mean we might see you and how beautiful you are?
oh dear, yeah.
And we might say that we like you.
And that you're magnificent.
Just exactly the way you are. And you don't have to fix or change anything.
I just have to say, I'm a little sorry for our listeners.
Because they can't see you.
And your haircut, by the way, is really clever and stunning and cute, and I'm really liking it.
Thank you. I kind of took inspiration from your hairdo,
Oh, well,
Ariel.
thank you. I like it.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny, Mary, when you say that? I believe you when you say that. How we impact people around us and we don't
Yeah.
know it. And then we,
Mm.
you know, it's like I can hear that, but the part of my mind that disregards me goes, oh, that's nice, and puts it aside.
Mm.
Or it hears it fully. Yes.
You know, I was just down earlier this morning, I was down at the river with all these relatively elderly gentlemen who are mostly 20 to 30 years younger than me.
Mm.
And they hold me in high regard because, well, they're all looking for their father.
Ah.
And I fulfill the role just because I'm okay being me. Most
Mm.
people are not okay being themselves. They have to prove that they're okay.
Mm.
And you know, if you take a look, man, and those times when any of us are proving we're okay, we're not actually proving you're not proving you're okay to me. I'm not proving that I'm okay to you or to Shia. It's to me. It's to that
Mm.
internal structure of judgments that was put together or absorbed
In
Mm.
your childhood, from your surroundings and the people. See, I think we think recycled thoughts for the
Yeah.
most part.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I have had so many thoughts in the last couple of weeks, Marion. It's been
Mm.
like thoughts on parade.
Yes, but I say those thoughts
Mm.
came from your parents' thoughts.
Absolutely.
See, and that their thoughts came from their parents' thoughts. That's the starting place. That's the initial download. So you're still operating through information that's come through generations, but it was survival information. It wasn't enjoy your life information.
You
It
know,
wasn't that you're
Yeah.
okay the way you are information. It wasn't that you're a beautiful being information.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love you say that. Yeah. I've been doing, I noticed that I was thinking a lot recently about how can I be a better person? So the eternal thought of improving oneself.
Yes, but my
I,
darling, what kind of person wants to be a better person?
any person?
No, how about a good person? Because bad
Yeah.
people don't want to be better.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't
that's true.
care.
That's very
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
See, and you think that since you have negative thoughts sometimes about other
Mm.
people, you think that makes you a bad person.
you know, when you said an eternal thought, how can
Mhm.
I be a better person? I get these images. One is like a church where they light an eternal flame, or
Yeah.
you know, a menorah with the middle flame. It's like that is passed down, absolutely passed down.
Hang on, what's a menorah?
It's you'll have
You'll have to.
it celebrates
Around
Hanukkah, right?
Passover, isn't it?
No, Hanukkah, definitely Hanukkah. This is
Okay.
around
Mm.
Christmas. It's a
It's a
candelabra that has to do with
It's a
the
Jewish
church,
candelabra.
and I don't know the
Mhm.
details of it, but I do know that each day they light a new one over the festival of
Mhm.
lights. So that's all I know. But
Okay.
for
See,
me,
there's my mind thinking, I'm an interpreter. I do English. I should know what a menorah is. And it just flashed by so fast.
I
And
should be
it
able
helps
to
to
explain
observe.
it after all these years myself.
Yeah.
So what can you do? But see, isn't that
Yeah.
perfect? I love
Mm.
that. Now, if you see that your thoughts use that automatically to
Yeah.
validate you, isn't that cool? I mean,
It's really
Hey,
cool.
it's
hey,
such
hey,
a
Yeah.
wait a
thing
second.
cool.
You're an interpreter. You don't complain to yourself about all the words you do know, do you?
Oh no. I don't do that. That's very true. Yeah.
I mean, you know, all that you can even, I mean, I am so in awe of your ability to translate language. I can't do that.
Mm.
My mind does not work that way.
Mm.
That doesn't mean it isn't perfect as it is. It's just
Yeah.
perfectly not an interpreter's mind.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
You see, you're special without being special.
Mm. I like that.
Including the specific way your mind invalidates you.
I see. Mm.
Like,
Okay.
we have the idea through change, good, bad, right, wrong, better,
Mm.
worse, approve, that we would be better if we didn't have those self-denigrating thoughts, the thoughts that put us down or say, see, I'm an interpreter, I should know that word.
Yeah.
But the perfection of the moment is inclusive of everything, not in spite of the parts that we don't like, want, appreciate.
Yeah. Tend to forget the inclusiveness. That's right.
Change is exclusive. It
Mm.
wants to get rid of what it doesn't want and
Mm.
strive for what it thinks is better.
Yeah.
Transformation includes that striving nature of our mind that wants to exclude everything we don't like.
Mm.
That's the perfection of
Okay.
you. Your judgments are rather universal, but also very specific.
Okay. Thank you.
I've watched you over the years,
Mm.
and I really like what I see.
Yeah.
You've come into yourself. You're much kinder to yourself than you've ever been, and that's apparent. You can
Yeah.
see it.
Look how quickly you said, I had the thought that I'm an interpreter.
I should know that.
Before, you were so enmeshed in that thought, it was as if you are an interpreter and you should know those, rather than seeing you had this thought go by that was unkind.
And there are words that you haven't heard yet.
Yeah. Plenty of them in all sorts of languages. Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
makes my job so thrilling. There's always new things to discover. And in reality, I appreciate it. Yeah.
You're not retiring either.
No. Love that job too much.
Hey, thanks so much for being with us today. Really
Yeah.
a treat.
Thank you too.
You're a
Thinking
pleasure.
of you on your journey, both of you.
Well, thinking of you on your journey too.
Good.
And we'll see you in Hamburg.
I know.
See you
This will
there.
be, is this airing before Hamburg? Where are we?
It says 5:20.
Yes, but Hamburg,
Before.
just before this, right? That 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. So this
We
this
will have
airs-
we will have seen you already.
Yes, but we will
Yeah,
Hamburg because we're
that's
recording
good.
before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, mwah.
Thanks. Mwah, back.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, you want to hear about transformation?
Mhm.
We've got one of our listeners about to tell you about what's happened in their life out of listening to being here.
My name is Teresa, and I've been part of Transformation Made Easy community with Ariel and Shya Kane for a number of years, and it has changed my life for the better, even though I can't really exactly tell you what I've done because I've not worked hard to do anything. Life is just easier for me. With my family, with my friends, I find that there's less noise in my mind or in my head, less talking to myself on how I should be or shouldn't be. So I'm able to enjoy moments. They're richer and deeper. And I'm really grateful for being part of this community and for everyone else that's part of this community.
Do you want to have well-being with consistency? Connect with people all over the world from the comfort of your own home at Ariel and Shya's lively interactive Living Made Easy virtual seminars. Join any of their 2-hour online events or take a deep dive into the magic of being you at a virtual weekend seminar. Come on, let's connect. Find out more and register at transformationmadeeasy.com.
For those of you in the United States, wishing you in advance a lovely Memorial Day weekend. So our next Living Made Easy 2-hour seminars are a bit coming out May 30th at 9 a.m. Eastern time. It's a Saturday. Just a reminder that in June on Saturdays, we start the summer hours 1 hour earlier. Our next Monday evening is on Monday, June 1st. You can't come to the Hamburg courses in spring because we've just had them, but you can join us in New York City for the upcoming summer seminars.
Fun is the Access Way to Enlightenment. That's on June 26th, 27th, and 28th in New York City. And Creativity and Intuition, August 7th, 8th, and 9th in New York City. And they're both live.
Costa Rica.
In person, because we do virtual.
Yeah, Costa Rica 2027 is open and filling, and any weekend seminar is the prerequisite in order to attend. Again, if you want to know more, just go to transformationmadeeasy.com. Let's take our next guest. Miss Dorina, welcome to being here. Where are you joining from? Hi.
Hi, Ariel and Shya. I'm Dorina here from Hamburg, Germany.
So nice to see you.
Yes.
Yeah, nice to see you too. And being with you, it's always a pleasure. I have to say, it's I see you and I feel much more alive.
Well, good for you.
You know,
I like being used that way.
It goes both ways. I mean, that's part of why Shya does not have an interest in retiring. Being with you, who has an active interest in possibility in her life, and of course, being with Marin and being, in this case, with our producer, Jen, all of you bring to life. So thank you for being you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Selba factor, or it takes one to know one.
Oh yeah, that fits. Reading about this topic of the brain is where I'm not usually can say it's most of the time my brain is working. It's so much.
Well, we're glad to hear your brain is working.
Right. Good question.
You mean your thought? You're very thought.
You think a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but here's the thing, Dorina. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts happen, and you listen to them. I made a note to myself, mental note, to talk about this. I was driving down the road, and I saw where I needed to turn next. And the voice in my head said, you need to turn here. But I had already seen, I knew I needed to turn there. I didn't need that. Well, thank you very much for telling me what I'm going to do anyway. You know, I didn't need that, yet it does it automatically. And so if you relax around it and notice it's going to do it, it doesn't do it as much. It's when you are trying to stop that as if it's wrong that it continues.
Yeah, and when like the body is automatically taking what I have to do, like driving the car while I was listening to, for example, the podcast with you guys, I feel fine. I really, it's easy. It's
Yes.
yeah.
Well, what you're describing is the normal thing that happens when your attention goes back on yourself and how you're doing rather than looking out and being aware in your environment. And there are lots of stressors that can produce that.
Well, you know, you have agendas that you've forgotten you have, that you said at an earlier time in your life, I need this, or I want to get that, or I need to produce this. To be successful, I need something. And that's now in the background, but it still runs in your life as though you really do need that stuff, and you don't.
Yeah.
You have everything you need to survive in the current moment.
Yeah.
Because this is where you are.
Mm.
More stuff does not make you any happier.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, yesterday I found a treasure trove of feathers that I didn't know I had. And for a moment I was joyous that I found it. But now it's just feathers. Lots of feathers.
That's so neat.
You know, it's interesting. We're talking about this subject of thoughts and thinking, and you know, we did our best to do it clever. Actually, off with your head is a subject, a title that folks in the creativity and intuition course last year came up with. We had a fun game over lunch one day, come up with a funny title or a sexy title or an important title for being here, and people came up with the most fun things, and they came back and told them after lunch, each lunch group, and it was such a treat. And I realized that this one is just so relevant because we all think, but what's super cool is now that we're looking at our thoughts are identifying our thoughts as bad and as if you should try to figure out how to get rid of them. Because they're all in change. They want to get better.
Yeah, and I judge them. It's like, are they good? Are they bad? It's like,
do you judge them or do they judge themselves?
I think I think there's a system, like in good and bad, and nice, it's allowed to think about these things, or that's bad. You shouldn't think that. It's like,
You can't help but think it. You might as well think it.
yeah, too much. I really.
Well, I don't know.
But it's just enough. It isn't too much.
You know, it's interesting.
You think as much as you think.
This cancer diagnosis that there have been stages to it. So you get the diagnosis or you get the biopsies, things hurt, they don't hurt. And there have been plenty of times where we've had lots of thoughts or wakeful thoughts at night because, you know, before you find out all the different things, it's like, will I survive? Or for Shya, will Ariel survive? What will I do without her, etc. And it's been uncomfortable times, but it's been wonderful. It's a weird thing to say, but when we're up at night, we're talking, it's intimate. It's been cleaning house from old, I don't want to say traumas, but old things that were set aside that we didn't want to look at. You can judge your thought processes.
But that'll just keep them going. So the more you want to get rid of something, the more it dictates your life. So if you have the idea, or if your mind has the idea that less thoughts is better, you'll think a lot more.
You know, last week I had the flu, and so I really didn't have a whole lot of energy to do anything. So I always, when that happens, I generally have to negotiate with myself to rest. and my thoughts get very specifically not nice and similar to the last time. So it says, Ariel, you're such a lump. You're so lazy. You're being lumpish. Like I'm laying around like a lump of coal or something. Like sleeping is bad. And I've come to recognize that process, that thought process is very specific to being ill. So otherwise I would think I'm a lump for sure, or lazy, really, rather than, oh, look, I must not be feeling very well.
Yeah, it's also a pleasure then to rest. It's really, that's a good time really to sleep.
Yeah.
If you can use that as the excuse, good for you.
Yeah, it comes with that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, if I have the feeling of
Then
that, yes.
be kind to yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
If I had anything to say, it's be kind to yourself. Oh, and be kind to Mark too.
Yeah.
Because if you're not kind to yourself, you won't be kind to Mark.
And if you find yourself being unkind to Mark, it is a symptom of you being hard on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
5 years ago, if you could have seen who you are today and your relationship and how you live and what you do, you'd have been like, oh my God, that's heaven.
That's right.
But it's like Shya's beautiful box of feathers that he had put away years ago and forgotten. And he got them out. It was like, wow. And he called me over and I looked at him and I was like, wow, I haven't seen ones that nice in years. And then today they're just a box of feathers. Our minds compensate for who we are, what we have, how we're being. The mind is insatiable.
Cannot be satisfied. So you can never have enough.
To be satisfied.
Right.
But you can be here.
Well, I can't tell Ariel I love her enough to get her to get that I love her if she's in a mood where she's not happy with herself.
And even when I'm feeling well in myself and feel perfectly satisfied and satiated, I have to relax to let in how much he loves me. And I can try it with you. I can try it with our listeners. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're perfect.
Exactly the way you are.
And I know
without improving.
That it is a challenge to hear that without having that thought process rebut. Like, oh yes,
but you don't really know me.
I've been eating wrong. I'm not healthy. I did this. I did that. I didn't do this. I need to vacuum. Whatever your deal is.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, this morning we had a because I have a day off, and we had a nice walk yesterday evening, and it was really pretty outside. We had nice sunset, and when we went out for a walk and in the neighborhood, it was good. And then we came back. We were so relaxed, and this morning we could continue being relaxed in bed. So we had a shower, and then we could join each other being intimate, and it was wonderful.
That's great.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if you can allow yourself to experience that type of relaxation on the days that you're getting up and heading to work.
Yeah.
Because most of us allow ourselves to be relaxed and intimate primarily when the circumstances show up well, like the great sunset and the day off and, you know, the time, and you can get up in the morning and you get to have a shower and you have the time to be physically intimate with each other. And, you know, that's amazing. But what you haven't recognized is you've touched into a possibility that you can create for yourself on other days when the circumstances aren't as rosy as that.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. This is like what I prefer, how it comes out. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If it's not so perfect, then it's a challenge. Yeah. It's like, okay, calm down and yeah.
There you go. Really fun being with you today, Dorina.
Yes, Serena.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're
it's
welcome.
You're welcome.
amazing.
So much.
Thank you. And yeah, I love being around you and Mark too. I know that.
Mm.
Yeah. Mwah.
Mwah. Well, that was fun.
Right.
So what?
And yeah, I'm with you in my thoughts. Okay.
Thank you, Lovey.
Bye-bye.
You can subscribe to this podcast. You can share it with your friends. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our newsletter. We send out great things. You can find all our courses and newsletter sign up link at transformationmadeeasy.com. Next week's episode, you ready?
What are you committed to?
That's it. What are you committed to?
Right.
We'll be back next week.
So come on back.
And don't miss
Being
being here.